I started writing thinking I'm doing some kind of filmed essay. And at a certain point I said, oh no, absolutely not, I'm writing a comedy.
Vous connaissez Guy Fonville, Alain Danielson?
Ouais. C'est croisé à Sciences Po, c'est ça?
T'as 2 ans de différence.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Et c'est Léna, on ne te présente plus.
Ouais, je vous ai vu dans la 2e saison de Collision. Bravo.
C'est quoi Collision?
Tu connais pas?
Non.
C'est une série géniale, t'adorerais. En fait, c'est collusion, pas collision. Collusion. Oui, c'est ça.
Collusion,
collusion.
pas collision.
Oui, c'est ça. Bah, c'est un bien meilleur titre. Hein, ouais. Je suis complètement accro. Oui, puis on s'ennuie pas une seule seconde. On est tenu en haleine.
Et puis ça n'a rien à envier aux séries américaines en plus.
Et c'est pas trop difficile de jouer une policière?
En fait, c'est pas une policière, c'est plutôt une spécialiste des situations de crise. Voilà.
I made a very conscious choice when I was very young not to go to film school. I didn't want to go to film school. I think I honestly thought that it would spoil my relationship to filmmaking.
And why was that?
It was like to the 70s, I was a radical. I hated my experience in school. I hated my experience in university. I thought I wanted to. And I thought that what you need to know to make movies, you learn in 3 weeks. So, and I still do believe that. The basics of cinema are absurdly simple. But I think what's more essential is to have stuff to put into the films. I learned gradually how to write a little, and then a little better, then a little better. You know, I wrote bad screenplays for TV. I wrote immature short films. I wrote, a lot of junk, and gradually it got better. You know, what can I say?
That's a great bridge to this film because one of the many topics in this film it's writing auto fiction.
Sure.
And whether or not it's okay to use other people's life to write your novels. What is your stance on that?
Fiction is a way of recycling your life experience. You know, I think that somehow fiction always comes from things you have observed, things you've went through, things you have seen, heard. There is always an autobiographical element in any fiction. You know, it's just you can't write something that you have not imagined, envisioned in your dreams or in your waking life. To me, fiction is a way of exploring reality that in many ways can be more relevant than documentary.
Tu veux de l'eau là?
Volontiers.
Non mais tu sais, il faut être un peu moins susceptible, là, c'était pas méchant.
Tu plaisantes, c'était insidieux et sournois.
Oui, enfin, Karsten.
Bah les autres aussi. Hein.
Bon, les autres moins, quand même. Moi, tu sais, j'aime bien Karsten, malgré son côté ours, là, mais son livre Marécage, moi, je trouve que c'est pas sans intérêt, hein. C'est bien.
Alain déteste. Tu sais qu'à la base, toi-même, tu me l'as dit, il voulait même pas le publier.
Ah bah ouais, mais le fait est qu'à l'arrivée, ça cartonne.
One of the other topics is the difficulty we have adapting to the digital age. Is that something you have?
At all periods, it was difficult to adapt to the way the world was changing for everybody. You know, it's difficult to age. It's difficult to take into consideration the way whatever you were solid truth have become irrelevant. What you worshipped has gone. But I think the process has been substantially faster in recent years due to the recent. For the last decade or 2 decades, due to the digital revolution, that has changed things beyond all recognition. You know, things you thought were rock solid have, just been washed away.
Can you give an example?
Like, buying a newspaper in the morning and reading a newspaper. Now I read
on your iPad?
On my iPad, I do, which is something I never thought would happen or could happen. Not buying music. I mean, I spent my whole life buying music, and all of a sudden, I'm on iTunes, still buying music, but I'm not actually buying physical CDs or vinyls. It's something that has been, like at the center of my life. Reading newspapers and spending hours in record stores.
It's part of the fun. Half the fun.
It's of course it is. Of course it was. Of course it was. You know, I used to buy. I mean, I'm part of a generation that used to buy an LP because of the cover art.
Yeah, Alain in the film, the publisher, he wonders if he's somehow missed his connection to today.
Yeah.
Is that something that worries you as well?
It's not that it worries me, it concerns me. I think when you are a writer, you have to be somehow in your own way in touch with the ways the world is changing. You have to be aware of it. And in a certain way, I'm not sure it's interesting to even have an opinion on it. You know, I think the issue is more to understand what's going on and somehow to be able to, if you want to be able to depict it in any kind of non-stereotype, non-conventional way. I think cinema is an art that is defined by the observation of reality, but you have to understand reality to be able to depict it. I mean, you know, in a sense that it's not that difficult when you are filming a meadow with a tree in the middle, but it's more complicated if you're trying to describe the job of what, if you try to be in the mind of a publisher today.
Je fais un boulot qui est difficile, je fais du mieux que je peux, je travaille comme une malade et je me fais insulter.
Mais personne t'a insulté.
T'as entendu
Mais-
le ton sur lequel on m'a parlé? Ce mépris du
Mais
politique.
écoute, là, tout le monde parle comme ça maintenant. Elle fait pas semblant de le défendre.
Et alors,
Mais-
c'est pas une raison.
Mais attends, reste.
Je n'ai... Arrête, s'il te
Non,
plaît.
mais-
Non, mais c'est pas...
mais-
Lâche-moi.
I think it's Alain who says, I'm not quite sure in the film who says it, but it's either adapt or die, but maybe it's adapt or don't adapt.
Yes, yeah, I know, but that's what he realizes at some point in the film, because you know, because he's been obsessing the way the whole world of publishing has been obsessing with ebooks, and at a certain point he realized, well, ultimately they're not doing that well. People. So so you know, the way the world changes is also dialectical. It's not linear. You have to question your own values, your own ethics, in the way you adapt or don't adapt to change. I mean, there are, you know, I'm curious about the way the world is changing. I'm curious about new means of communications and this and that. I'm interested, but when Facebook, Instagram, whatever just came up, I made the conscious choice of saying, well, that's not for me. I don't want it. I don't have time for that. I respect it. It's not an issue, but the thing there are not many enough hours in the day for me to become involved in that stuff.
Yeah, and the thing is that maybe it's mirrored in your film, where in the beginning it's all about the issues, and after a while the characters take over.
Exactly.
Isn't that like it? How it always happens?
Yes, of course.
It's all in the end. It's about people and about
Oh,
love.
in the end, it's about what is universal and what ultimately doesn't change that much.
And that's love and people. And
That's,
your relation to people.
that's your relation. That's your real life relationship with individuals. That's what it all boils down to. It's always been like that. But you have to. But again, I think that even human relationships have constantly to be reinvented in the present. That's why you can write love. You will be able to write love story until the end of time, because love stories change from generation to generation, and you know, and they're also part of the flow of history.